Hello, everyone. Blue Star Saber here once again to discuss another Dead Rock review chapter with Lucky Cheese 7.
What's going on, guys? And by the way, I'm sorry if my voice sounds a little low right now. I actually just came back from work, so my energy's a little low. So
Well, to be honest, it's more of the audio that I'm concerned with, but let's see. Fair enough, but yeah. But anyway, we're here to discuss Dead Rock chapter 7, The Curse of Philosophy. Now, before we begin this chapter, just a little recap from the last one, because it's been quite a couple of weeks since the last chapter. Partly because we didn't get to review this more closer to the day it came out. Partly because of mishaps on Lucky Cheese end, mishaps on my end. But yeah. But yeah. But before that, let's see. This chapter will be continuing off from last chapter, in which we learned we learned the real motivations for why our main character.
Yakuto.
I'm sorry. Yeah. What? Sorry. What?
Yakuto.
Yeah, Yakuto wants to kill God is because he wiped out his entire tribe, including his father and mother, one of which, the father of which was actually a loyal bodyguard or guardsman, if you will, of God.
Yeah.
Other than that, besides that, he's now told the story to his classmates, and we'll find out. Let's see how they respond. Which also, besides that, we also had a very intense debate on whether or not the implications of what one of the teachers did to Yukita was age appropriate. I believe that.
We're still stuck on that, aren't we?
No, I was just making a quick reference to it, regarding just how old which led to intense debate on how old the characters actually are, and blah blah blah. But and whether or not this was actually okay to show visually. But well, granted, it wasn't shown visually, but the implications. But yeah, though granted, it's a serious subject matter, and not entirely sure we're the best ones to discuss that. But anyway. We got, let's see, onto the chapter. Before that, we've got, of course, let's see, the cover of the chapter. This time, profile on Hanin, which you got his typical data of his name, his root, which is 4. Let's see, the class he's from. Let's see what he likes, which is apparently research. And no surprise here, his dislikes is stupid people.
I mean, I can see it. It's understandable. Yeah. I'm pretty sure nobody wants to deal with stupidity.
Could you say that again a bit louder?
I was saying, I'm pretty sure nobody wants to deal with stupidity, so I get it.
Arguably, yes. Arguably, no one wants to be around idiots, but granted, he does tend to say that quite a lot, but perhaps maybe a bit too much. But anyway, the note says that his whole body is made of clay. He's so very fragile, but he's got fatality. His root is 4, the Thunder God, and he wields a lightning hammer. He hits it off with Yakuto for some reason, so they've been together a lot since the entrance exams. His catchphrase is, "Are you stupid?" He's easily moved to tears sometimes, which will probably lead to the actual first page of the chapter, but yeah. But I do like how it kind of says that him and Yakuto are kind of like best friends, if you will.
Yeah, I do like that too.
Because arguably that is the case, since it seems like the other classmates are either want him as a boyfriend, to put it simply, hate him, or indifferent towards him, or have an interest in him, if you will. But yeah. But anyway, on to the actual chapter, in which, to cue the description, we see Haru, Hanai crying to tears after hearing Yakuto's Yakuto, right? Or Yukita. Lucky Chia there. Lucky Chi. Lucky. Yeah, Koto. Oh, okay, people. We seem to have technical difficulties with Lucky Chi once again. And okay, here we go. Lucky Chi's back.
Okay, no. See, Streamer did this to me. What was it, Sunday? So that's I think a little weird.
Okay, well, as long as your audio is working, that's fine. But yeah, we got let's see. But anyway, what was I saying? Ah, yes, Hanani's crying for tears after hearing Yokoto's story, with the rest of the students there, which is of course Frey, Mikoto, Raisin, and Hien. All mostly okay, actually it's Frey, Mikoto, and Raisin looking shocked, while Hien, I believe his name is, if I'm pronouncing it correct, it's been a while since I read this chapter. Let's see, just remains emotionless, with Hanani going like, "You had such a tragic past. I'm stupid."
I'm okay. I'm not gonna lie. That was actually pretty funny.
Okay, yes, it's actually kind of funny that he's calling himself stupid for a change. So at least Hero is spicing it up a little bit. But yeah,
I mean, he's done that a couple times here and there, so it's not like it's like exactly the same thing. But
yeah. But but you got Yokota saying that it's all right, but Hani says no need. He says I'm helping you, and Frey says she's in too, which Yokota is happy about. But Raisin is like he ain't interested in that Yokota can do whatever. Let's see, with Mikoto saying that she can't give her approval either, at least not yet. Let's see, with her going.
I thought it was like on hold. Let's just say that.
Yeah, with Freya thinking and that being cold of you, doesn't, but also taking a jab at ignoring Raisin, and he's like annoyed by that. Let's see, with her saying there's no proof that what Yokota told us is true. With Yokota asking if he let's see, you're saying I'm a liar or something. With Hanani goes like, you can tell by the look of his eyes that he's telling the truth. Let's see, and you get a sort of fourth wall breaking of like saying those black blobs for like eyes. And then Frey asks what Hiran wants. Let's see, with Hien saying that if he plans to kill God, let's see, he's still going to stay by God's side. So if he tries to kill God, he'll probably fight and kill him, if you will. Which everyone stares at him, and he says that he intends to graduate this school. And he says that there's no way they can win against God. But interesting enough, the new monkey teacher, whose name I've forgotten.
Yeah, I kind of forgot that too. I'll be honest.
Let me just see if I can get it up on the. Let's see if I can find the staff on Dead Rock.
Let's see.
Yeah, I'm just trying to.
Ugh.
No, I cannot seem to. Oh yeah, Sar. His name is Sar.
Yes. Sorry.
Yeah. But anyway, he seems to be looking on. It's unknown if he's actually heard the conversation that's gone down or not. But if I had to guess, probably yes. Which could cause problems for our protagonists.
Yes.
But anyway, now that Yokoto's got a trio of a trio with him, with Hanani and Frey, which could be regarded as like the standard main character, the best friend, and the love interest. But we'll probably get more to that later. Though, granted, this could be for more of Hero's case, the main character, the mascot, and the love interest. But yeah, or the main female character. Perhaps I shouldn't just say who's love interest all the time, but yeah. But they're pretty much just observing the library. Ritzy Honey comments how big it is, with Frey saying that's what Mikoto said. And Yokota said that there's supposed to be a book in here that will tell God's weakness, as we get a narration that sort of title bubble saying Dead Rock Library Curse Velocity, in which we can see this massive library with in the middle of it a chandelier with a bunch of skulls and Ritzy around it, with it being held up by a bunch of roots.
I'm not gonna lie, this would be my kind of place to be.
What are you, a goth?
Huh?
What are you, a goth?
I'm talking about the library itself, like the amount of stairs and everything. Not necessarily how it looks. I'm talking about like the architecture of it.
Ah, okay. So you're more of the classic library type.
Yeah.
Fair enough. But anyway.
Before Blue gets any more wrong ideas.
Okay. I apologize to goths everywhere, and I apologize for Lucky Chief for assumptions. You're not buying it, are you?
20%.
All right. Well, just speak up a little bit louder. But anyway, they're just looking around, finding the books. Let's see, with them going with Hanani calling them stupid after going like, oh, it's huge. It's like it's full of books. And then the mysterious cat girl or Nikato girl, Ritzy, shows up, telling how she's been waiting for him. With them, let's see, with Hanani trying to say something, but Frey just goes like, "You're a friend of Yakito." It's like but she says they're more like associates in trying to kill God together.
Yep.
With Yakito saying that he still doesn't really know her name. And she calls herself Zelek the Black Zelek, and says that her root is Black Wizard.
It's actually if you need help saying it, it's Celestia.
Okay, Celestia. Sorry, my bad. With them going like with them being like with Frey and Yakito having no idea who she is and just commenting on her name. But Hanani goes like, "You're all stupid," revealing that it's none other than it's the bird, right?
Chaco.
Yeah, Chaco. That Selectia's real identity is Chaco, and saying that, pointing out the fact that she's got the same scarf, which you, I believe, mentioned last chapter.
I did. See, technically, I only brought it up because I've seen chatter about it. I was like, it's a scarf. I could kind of see it. But then I thought back to how Hiro would usually write like his stories and like how he depicts his characters, and I was like, that one's not that far fetched.
Yeah, I suppose I could see him doing something like this. Though, granted, it's normally weird that he would do it with like the mascot character. To be honest,
I mean, it's kind of a nice refresher. I'll say that.
On the bright side, I guess this technically means that this character is technically not a mascot.
Yeah.
Or is a mascot, but kind of isn't.
It's a mascot form. Let's just say that.
I'm sorry, what?
It's a mascot form. Let's just
yeah. I suppose you could say it's a reverse Chala, maybe? Or maybe it's another Chala, but granted, that was more of a very late addition towards the end, but we'll get more about it. But first, the other two are shocked. Let's see, Selek or Chaco go like, "No, I'm the Black Wizard." Then she says, and then Hanani getting all smug, saying, "Show us your foot." And he says that, and she goes like, and she gets too annoyed that she goes like, "That's a piece of cake." And then goes like, "See, you are," and also calling her stupid, in which she's embarrassed.
Which, okay, see, this I will say, Honey has been on point, like with the comedy for this chapter. I will say he's been pretty up there.
Yeah, yeah, he's definitely the smartest person in the group.
Mm-hmm.
Well, granted, Chaco might also be intelligent, but Yakito and Frey are probably kind of dumb.
No, but like, you know what's interesting?
What's that?
You've got a fire wizard, which is Frey. You've got someone who's like rooted with the Black Dragon, which is Yakuto. Now you have someone who's rooted with the Black Wizard. which is
Pre-
Celestia. So
Yes, pretty much. Hero is recycling all his stuff from Fairy Tail in these Dead Rock characters. Mm.
no, not necessarily that. It's like when you consider that two of them were adversaries, it's like, okay.
Fair enough, though. I don't know if this means there's going to be like a sort of love triangle with with this trio of characters, but who knows?
I mean, Yagato and Zalessia? Shoot.
Or is that ship now sunk? Now we got the identity of the bird. And I guess we'll just have to wait until things play out. But
It's too early. It's too
yeah.
early to tell.
I mean, for all we know, Hero could just go if this since he's going like this is a more darker, edgy series. Go with the harem.
Yeah.
I mean, this is Japan for all we know.
Well, yeah, there's that, but I mean, the obvious hero route we could go with this is going to be Yagato and Frey. That's the obvious.
Yeah, I definitely say after this chapter, Frey is looking more and more like the main female girl.
Which I'm fine with. And
Hmm.
honestly, I'll say this. Like, the more chapters we get of Dead Rock, the more I'm, like, really, no pun intended, but, like, warming up to Frey as a character.
Yeah, I have to admit she's starting to grow. I mean, but yeah. But anyway, with her being, let's see, Chaco being all blushy and shocked, let's see, you've got Frey going, "You really are Chaco," and asking, "Why do you take on a human form?" And she goes like, "This is how I really how I really look." And she says that reveals that her magic is actually too strong, so she turns into a bird to suppress it.
That's actually pretty smart. Not gonna lie.
With let's see, Frey going like Sleko or Chaco, which name do you want us to call you? She says, "Either's fine." And Hani goes like, "No, I'm just gonna keep calling you Bird." And she gets annoyed, saying, "That's not my that ain't my name."
I'm telling you, dude, Honey is like on a roll right now.
Yeah, he is definitely. Yeah, he's definitely. I think officially the mascot character now, and also arguably the strongest mascot character that Heroes created since. I mean, let's be honest, they all get their butts kicked if they're doing a serious fight.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that's mostly useful, at least was useful, was the Happy from Eden Zero that could turn into a gun.
Yeah.
But I don't think that's the case now in the Zero timeline.
Well, I mean, Eden Zero right now, I mean, the stakes are back, so.
I guess, but that's a discussion for another day. But yeah, we've got someone saying them to keep it down in the library, and it seems to be some lion dude. And he goes like about how even in silence, my presence can cause a stir, and we get some like humanoid lion with a sort of let's see, I'm trying to recall what this hairstyle is.
I was gonna say it kind of feels like Elvis in a way. That's the vibe I got, but I could be wrong.
I guess. I don't think he had a very long.
I mean, okay, it's okay. Yeah, like sure, Elvis's hair wasn't like that far up, but it feels like it back a certain way.
Okay, but pretty much then you have our group of four being all ditzy, starred, and like what? And then we learn that he's actually called Kuga-san with a bunch of admirers saying how admiring his poem and giving him chills. But unfortunately the dude that seems to have an afro and a beard that said it got on his bad side because he's like, poem? That's supposed to be a lyrics, and ends up killing the guy. Though granted, he ends up saying, "Boy, if you're under the delusion that they're poems, say bon appetit to my fist. Ni plus ultra." Seemingly blowing off his head and killing him.
Yeah.
And he goes like how he'd been hearing about these new kids, and so he said he gotta check them out. And then his introduction is Root Red Line Third Year Cougar. With Frey going like, "Do you want something from her?" And then the others like, "How dare you talk to Cougar-san like that?" Saying he's the boss of the school. With the others being confused by the fact, what do you mean by boss? With one of his lackeys pointing out he's the strongest in school, but Hani points out that God is supposed to be the strongest, so are they being stupid? But he goes like the strongest student, duh. But let's see, Cougar thinks to himself that thinking that he could possibly surpass God himself. With Frey asking if he wants to battle, since he's got some confidence in him, but once he stares at her, he starts blushing and goes all lustful, going like, "Beautiful lady!" Pretty much doing a Sanji. Which confuses her, but then you got the pumpkin head dude spurting out some what appears to be party confetti and then trapping her. And then she's turned into a biscuit. And then we're introduced to this guy as Root as Jack-O-Lantern, Cougar's underling Jack. So, let's see. Hero's not being subtle with the puns here.
I mean, it's fine. I'm not gonna say it's like bad. It's like okay.
Yeah, I'm just saying. I'm just thinking that the more cynical, critical person would probably call Hero being corny.
Well, not my fault to get too serious.
What, you're saying me?
I didn't say you. I meant like
Okay.
other people.
All right, fair enough. But the other, see, you've pretty much got Chaco and Honey being shocked that she's turned into a candy. Let's see, Cougar thinking that it's adorable biscuit, but Yakuto saying give her back, and all that stuff. And then the giant eye comes out telling them to be quiet in the library. As a result, the books in the library building starts to change about, well, the walls, shocking everyone. With the students going like, "Crud! If you're loud in the library, you're in trouble." So they all try. So the pretty much Cougar and his gang are trying to get out of the area, and then it turns into a maze. And then the eyes going like quiet in the library, and pretty much with Hani and Chaco looking like they're prepared for battle, as we seem to be getting a battle maze arc, or mini arc, if you will. And then we cut to another part of the school where the rubble is, where the 3 remaining Class F students are. With Raisin being surprised that Mikoto, would not choose to help Yakuto. With her going like, "Oh, I think it's a logical decision." With Heian standing silent. With Raisin just saying, "Okay, so you have we're saying he has no interest in teaming up with that piece of trash, or just calling Yakuto that." But Mikoto says that's not really the case. But then Raisin brings up arguably something that has been left for question since the first chapter about someone being missing during the exams. With Mikoto saying that, well, yes, everyone's talking about it, and it seems like Itsu hasn't been found. And she goes on wondering if Bibo the Hecaton Sherry.
Yeah, that's what I call it. I called it Bebel the Hecatonchieri. That's what
Yeah. So underground, which we see a picture of him, in this time a bit more full appearance, though. Granted, I think he might have changed a bit, looking a bit more like a cyber ant, if you will.
Yeah, because I was gonna say he did show up in the first chapter. Because when I was doing my stream on Saturday, I got to this part and I was like, "Wait, have we seen him before?" So then I went back to chapter 1 and I was like, "Okay, so he's been there."
Yeah, well, I still recall him from like I still recall them from like the first chapter that I think Hero has changed the design a bit.
Maybe. I mean, they did say in the first chapter that there was at least one contestant that went missing. So
Yeah, I know, but from what I'm looking from the first chapter, he seemed a bit more muscular and a bit more of long. Let's see, and got a little bit more long hair. Granted, the mask. Granted, he could be. Granted, he's now wearing a hood, so
yeah, I was gonna say he didn't have the hood last time.
So granted, it still could be fitting the design, if you will. Though granted, he seems to be a lot less muscular, and he's actually now wearing a bit of clothing.
I think it actually makes him look a little bit more cooler now. I'll say that.
Could you say that again a bit louder?
I said it does make him look a little bit more cooler now. I'll say that.
But definitely makes him more mysterious, I would say.
Yeah.
But yeah, but he is arguably the wild card in this series at the moment.
And if I'm timing this correctly, this is the last chapter of Volume 2. So interesting note to leave off on.
Oh, is it because the first volume was 3 chapters, right?
Yeah. Well, keep in mind the first chapter was like 80. Was it 80? I don't remember how big the first chapter was.
Okay, so possibly 80 pages, and speak a bit louder. But that pretty much in the chapter. So overall, Lucky Chi, what are your thoughts?
I want to hear your thoughts first before I share mine.
Okay, fine. Well, for me, let's see. In terms of the students' reactions, Hanami, let's see, Frey, we pretty much knew that she was probably going to join regardless.
Ooh,
and Hanami,
you got to keep in mind. I was going to say you got to keep in mind. Frey does have a legit goal.
Yeah, it does a legit goal that does sort of align with Yakuto. So that, and also she seems to have a bit of a lustful crush on him still. Let's see. At least I assume that she still has that crush. I'm not sure.
I think she still does.
But yeah,
I mean, especially when you notice how she kind of clinged on to him during the death arena. I was like, I want to battle you. Like,
yeah. So yeah, who knows? Let's see whether or not Hero will actually show some romance between the two. Though how?
Okay, 79. It was 79 pages. I just looked.
Tell you what.
It was the first chapter was 79 pages.
79 pages, did you say?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, fair enough. But yeah, she was obvious, and I think in a sense, Hanani was going to probably go by his side, given he's the mascot character, and he seems to imply, depending on his answer.
Yeah.
And if you just pretty much read the cover profile data, yeah, you could. The moment you see him crying, yeah, you could see that. So I do like. So you got like the tree. So in a sense, we do have a sort of like. I think we've got at this point clarification of a trio. We have a trio of main character, main female character, maybe / love interest, and let's see, mascot character.
Yeah.
It took quite a while to guess because of the way because of like Mikoto.
Mikoto, right? Yeah.
Yeah, Mitoko. She kind of looked like a Lucy with black hair in some regards.
Well, yeah. See, the other thing is that like I did actually go back and reread the chapters in bulk, which I think does kind of change the perception of like when you're reading the monthly series, because like it's one thing to read a month to month, because sometimes you might forget like some details and stuff, right? But like when you read it as a bulk, you kind of start to piece things a little bit more clearly. And I feel definitely once you got the flashback for Frey, I think that kind of solidified who your main female lead is going to be. Yeah, I'm not saying Mikoto's not going to have anything. I think she still will. Yeah.
But arguably, since she's the one, but since Frey got the one was the first one to get focused, that implies she's the main female character.
Yeah.
Well, it seems to clarify that Mikoto is arguably the Ezra or Homura of the group, if you will.
Erza, Homura. I
I
mean,
guess
I was gonna say in Rave Master's case, you could say Julia, but Julia didn't like really show up until like super late
I
into
mean
Rave.
she's the closest to the Ezra type, I guess, for the Rave Master.
Yeah,
Uh,
I was just saying is that like you didn't get Julia in Rave Master until like way super later down the line. So there's that.
yeah, yeah, arguably yes, something like that. But yeah, that's probably the closest you can do. But yeah, but it's just this chapter probably just this chapter probably hands down with these two being Witzy being on Yokota's side. Yeah, pretty much. That's that sort of main trio of that and like that. So no surprise there. But Raisin, I guess it's pretty expected that he wouldn't really do it. It's like because he thinks it's still a suicide thing. He still needs a lot more convincing at the very least.
I mean, look, I hate to break it to the dude, but he is dead. So
Well, that is true, but yeah. Now, granted, he is a zombie that's now under Mikoto's command, and he may end up having to. Which, if Mikoto ever decides that she's going to help Yokoto, he may be forced to join in. So, yeah.
I mean, is it kind of messed up? Sure, but I'll be honest, that does kind of add to her charm as a character. So there's that.
Yeah. And I've been watching Hell of a Boss, so, Has Been Hotel lately, so, I'm used to seeing characters forced against their will in servitude.
Right?
That sounds messed up. But, yeah.
I mean, that's just storytelling 101. Like, if you have an ability like that, and then like one of your friends is like just gone, but you can revive them, and they're like, "No, I don't want to do it." Like, nope, you're coming.
Yeah.
I'm like, I don't have a choice, do I?
That and the setting, and that is the setting is pretty much a demon realm or hell.
It's like, do I have to? I'm like, I brought you back from the dead, didn't I? Fine. I'll come.
But yeah, yeah, and Raisin, yeah, he and Witzy pretty much, yeah, he's loyal to God. So
I did
think
have
it
a
was
feel. I don't know if I mentioned this in the last chapter, but I did have a feeling of like, okay, somebody from the group is gonna like stand in the way of Yagato.
yeah, and it seems at the moment that's going to be him. Whether or not he comes around down the end, who knows? But we'll have to learn more about him first.
Mm-hmm.
I think, of course, the surprising one is Mikoto, which I actually kind of like. That she's like, at the moment, she's not convinced with Yakato's tower, even doubting if he's telling the truth.
I
But
mean,
he is. But to the very least, she's open to the possibility.
yeah, I was gonna say like the thing is that like I could understand why she chose not to go, because it is one of those cases of like, all right, I get where he's coming from. How much of that is actually accurate, though? You know?
Yeah. Which let's see, granted, it's the Yakuto probably isn't really much of Ritzy probably isn't really much of a liar. I mean,
Yeah.
granted, he might keep some certain things from the group just yet, but I think he's being pretty honest about this. Though, granted, he could also disremember some things. Since he
How do
was
this is an off-topic question, but how do you think Yakuto would be around like Natsu, Shiki, and Haru?
um
In your opinion?
oh well I think let's see given the fact that he's now probably encountered Frey and he used to be around Frey's presence, will probably be like, oh, Natsu's like Frey, but perhaps a bit more, but perhaps consider Natsu to be a lot more wild and reckless.
Honestly, I'm gonna say this: if Natsu and Frey were to ever interact, I'd be terrified.
Yeah.
Well, one fire wizard is bad enough. You put two of them side to side.
Now, granted, we'll have to see whether or not Frey develops a thing for Natsu, which could cause Lucy to be jealous. Who knows?
You know, actually, what if that's the one that like gets Natsu's attention? How would that make you feel, Blue?
What? That's what? Natsu being attracted to Frey.
Mm-hmm.
Fire X Fire shipper. I can see it, but granted, I don't think that'll ever happen unless Hero does a non-canon crossover.
Yeah, I mean, like it's not gonna happen. I was just thinking, like that'd be pretty funny. Actually, it's like you have Lucy and Lasana, and then you have Fred. Like, you know, he's pretty cool.
But yeah. But anyway, other than that, Shiki will just like be my friend, be my friend. He's like, okay, and I think he'll just have a normal conversation with Haku.
Well, okay, early Shiki, I could say that. I feel like Shiki, especially with where he is right now. I mean, he'll still do the be my friend thing, but I don't think it's gonna be like as exaggerated as much. You know?
I guess it really depends on what Hero wants to introduce them in terms of in their story. But yeah. But anyway, as for the reservation of select let's see the mysterious Neko girl being Zelek the Black Wizard, but actually Chaco. Let's see, I'll say props to like those who guessed from the last few chapters that was the case, particularly with the scarf. Hats off to them, and also yes, Hanin is actually hilarious in how he gets her to trick her into doing it. But yeah. But that adds up, let's see, one less mystery. So let's see. Now we've got, let's see, all 7 of the Class F characters being actually arguably probably proper fighters. And it's a nicer twist on the mascot
What were you saying?
that Hero is known for.
Oh,
Like what?
we're talking about Celestia, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'd say it's a nice little, let's see, twist on the mascot trope, because mostly when you got like sort of like an animal mascot from a hero, the character does normally cannot do anything. Granted, Charla Ritty eventually got to turn into a sort of got a humanoid form for herself,
Well, okay.
and Lenny was like introduced in the muscular form before getting his mascot form.
Let's be fair to Plu, because in Rave Master, Plu did have a pretty significant role.
Okay, yes, arguably, Plu has very key moments, and we see destroy, and especially destroying some of those dark brings. Is it?
Yeah, the Dark Prince.
Arguably, yes. Plu has gotten pretty much vital role, but besides that, most of the mascots are either just comedic or just more of a companion for like the main characters.
I mean, I'll say this. I think Happy, at least for me, hasn't really done too much. I mean, okay, technically, if we're counting Edalus, yeah, he did have like one moment of doing something.
Mm-hmm.
But let me think. So you had Plu, which was pretty decent. Happy, it's like, okay, you had one good arc. And I mean, Pino's been relevant in Eden Zero. As
Could you say that a bit louder?
I was saying Pino's been pretty relevant in the story, so there's that.
Arguably, yes. So,
Not perfect by any means, but yeah, here's
but
that.
yeah, but now that let's see, Chaco is actually the Select Black Wizard. If judging by the name and Hero's history, assuming that she has similar powers to Zeref.
I could see it.
Yeah, but now, so yeah, I thought that was a bit of a good. So. Those who got that theory correct, well, congrats to you. And
Honestly,
yeah.
I'll say this: I'm kind of surprised. Well, I mean, actually, I don't know how far back the series has been going on for, but I remember it was like super prevalent. Like after I read Chapter 6, so I was like, I was like, let's see, similar scarf. I mean, yeah, the clothes are a little bit similar. I mean, granted, in the case of Chaco as the bird, like you have like a bit more of like a town skin to it. So maybe, but I don't know if I was like super entirely convinced of it. I mean, yeah, like I could see it, But I mean, do you like the fact that they kind of revealed it this early on, or do you think it would have been one of those cases of like, let's give it a few chapters?
Um, I suppose I suppose it could have been an interesting mystery to keep it on. Who is this mysterious cat girl? But at the moment, let's see, Yakuto was going to the library with a bunch of groups to meet her there. You know that let's see, you were bound to learn more about her, but at least with this revelation, two characters have now become one, so it makes the more casting and writing a bit more easier to handle. And I do like the reaction from like let's see, so far, Yakuto and Frey. We'll just have to wait and see whether or not Zalek is going to reveal herself to the others just yet. But granted, since they're not completely on board with killing God just yet, she might just keep being the bird. At least
Well,
around them.
let me see. So, if we're talking about like the human form of Zalesia, I mean, when was she introduced? Chapter 2? Chapter 3? Let me see. Yeah, chapter 2. So, okay, it's been like, what, 5 chapters?
Yeah.
Okay, that's not. I think that's fine. Especially if we're talking from a monthly release standpoint. Yeah, that works then.
But yeah. But at the very least, it means that Hero isn't juggling too many characters.
Yeah.
Let's see. As for the Sarah Monkey guy, who knows? I don't. Let's see. If I had to guess, he's probably listening in, like I said, and it is leaving a bit of mystery since he's currently the teacher of like Class F, but he's probably going to be a bit more of an antagonistic to them. Though, granted, Hero could surprise us and go like, you know what? I'll help you kill God. I mean, it'll be an interesting twist. And it's just more like speculation on my part, but I don't think it will happen.
Yeah.
Well, if it does, I'll come back. I have to come back to this review and say, like, well, I guess I ate my own words. Let's see. Other than that, I like the design of the library. Let's see. The villain. It's clearly one of those more goofy villains. It's one that you shouldn't really take too seriously, but
I mean, he's got a fun personality.
yeah.
I'll say that.
I mean, he's definitely got an ego, and he's definitely a one-off villain that's arguably probably going to be taken down in a chapter or two.
Yeah, for sure.
He's not long-term like the teachers or God or God himself. So it's like that. So, but yeah. But granted, he is kind of ruthless, though. Even though he's got a mix of being ruthless and also perverted, or at least lustful.
Right.
Let's see. Granted, I don't know. Let's see. Granted, I don't know how much of a threat he'd be, though. Granted, he seems to have at least 4 other minions. Well, granted, 5, but he killed one. So there's at least enough for everyone to have a fight, I guess. Though, granted, I have a feeling that since Jack-O-Lantern is the only one that's been named, he's the only one that's going to have a serious one. So if I had to guess, due to these matchups, I'd probably say Yakuto versus Kuga, just to rescue Frey. I mean, granted, it sounds like Frey's going to be a damsel in distress, at least by being turned into a biscuit for this one. But granted, she could be released and then start kicking butt afterwards.
I mean, yeah, you're right about that.
Yeah. But we'll have to just wait and see, though, whether or not she's going to be a damsel in distress entirely for this sort of like dungeon maze or game, if you will.
Well,
it's pretty much the classic rescue a princess in a dungeon.
I mean, if I'm gonna equate this to how Hero did the Death Arena sequence, I think that was only like what 2 chapters, right? Let's see, chapter 4. Yeah, because chapter 4 is when you get introduced to the Death Arena. And then, does it go all the way up to chapter 5? Let me see. Yeah, it is. So 2 chapters, is that possible?
So you think this little mini arc here could be 3 chapters?
No, I was gonna say like the Death Arena little bit was like only 2 chapters. So I kind of wonder, because we're in the library already, could we end it up? Could this wrap up in chapter 8? Is what I'm saying. Just a theory. I'm not saying it's
Possibly, but
actual
I think it'll probably be at least, let's see, one more chapter.
That's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking at least like chapter 9.
It really depends on how, let's see, how limited or how long Hero wants the series to be.
Yeah, and given that it's monthly, it's really interesting. Not gonna lie.
But yeah, Kuga's got a mix of being silly, but could also be possibly deadly. But like I said, I think Yakuto's going to fight her, and I feel like, let's see, Zalek is going to fight Jack-O-Lantern, just so we can get an idea of what her actual abilities are. Since Chaco says that her abilities are so strong, so in order to hide them, she turns into a bird.
Yeah.
Then I see if that's going to back up the claim. If it's anything like Zeref's, she'll probably have the ability to instantly kill someone.
Yeah.
Or at least have some shadow-like ability, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see. Other than that, I do like how the librarian is a giant eye.
Yeah. I liked it too. I don't know why. I kept thinking back to Yu-Gi-Oh! The Awaken the Dragons arc with that giant eye in the sky. I don't know why. It's the first thing that just came to mind when I saw that. I was like, huh.
Is that the season 4 of Yu-Gi-Oh! With the filler of Atlantis?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I've seen some say that's probably like one of the best fillers done by an anime studio.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
But yeah. I haven't watched it since it came out, but yeah. But who knows? But anyway, we're not here to talk about Yu-Gi-Oh! But I guess that could be what it is. But granted, it kind of reminds me of Monster University's librarian, where like make a sound and then she turns all monster-like and throws you out. But granted, I haven't really watched that movie. I've just seen that clip on YouTube. But I do like how it changes the library into a sort of maze labyrinth thing, like in sort of like a board game, Dungeons and Dragons, or etc. So it's like a quest of companions are free, trying to rescue the princess, which is now Frey, or the warrior princess Frey, who's turned into a biscuit, and must face an animal-themed villain who kidnapped her.
Yeah.
Basically, what I'm saying is Zelda mixed with Mario. Joking. But anyway, I do like how you've got the remaining 3 class members just discussing. Well, mainly just Mikoto and Raisin discussing talking about let's see, Mikoto's decision and all that stuff. I do like how let's see, we get an idea of more of like Raisin thinking Yakuto's crazy, but Mikoto just kind of like it's not like her being a bit more logical, but yeah.
Yeah.
But I do find it interesting that now, of all things, they bring up like that last student, which, like I said, is a wild card. But the way that it is brought up now, I assume that means this guy's going to make a move.
I think so too.
Now, granted, it's very possible that since let's see, our cast is split 4 to 3, it's possible that the 4 that are in the library are doing their own thing, while these 3 will end up fighting this rogue student.
Yeah.
Could be sort of like a bit of a side plot. In other words, sort of like a B plot to like let's see, first to like the main plot with this story arc. Granted, if that's going to be the case, then it'll probably be more than just 2 to 3 chapters.
It's possible.
Now, granted, this character I assume is going to be in the long term, so I doubt he's going to be defeated. So, if anything, let's see, our main characters will be, at least from Class F, will probably just be beaten off badly enough that he thinks they're dead, or something comes in and intervenes before they die, and they manage to survive. But who knows? But yeah.
Yeah.
So that's arguably what I'm thinking here. But anyway, overall, your thoughts, Sakichi?
I mean, I love the reveal that Chaco has been Celestia this whole time. It's actually
Uh-huh.
pretty- see, yeah, I've already mentioned that I kind of guessed at it, but yeah, I could see that being a possibility. But the way it was done, I thought it was not only cool but pretty funny too, especially with Honey's reaction of all things.
Mm-hmm.
And then, I mean, we're still slow building. That's the thing. Yeah, we're moving the pieces for the story, but at the same time, we're still getting like little tidbits here and there of like other stuff that's going on, like with Beto.
Uh-huh. Yeah. At the moment, this seems to be a standard let's see, minor arc for Hero right now instead of one of the more bigger major ones.
Yeah.
And we've got our villain of the week, or villain of the month,
Yep.
if you will.
Which is going to be interesting to see how this plays out. If I'm timing this correctly, okay, I don't know if the chapter is going to come out this week, but I'm for 100% sure it's going to come out next week. Pretty positive.
Yeah, arguably next week, and hopefully we will be able to review it then.
I'm planning to.
Let's see, because I'd rather not wait till the end of the week, like the end of the month, to review these chapters.
To be fair, I was out of town the month it came out, like the week it came out, so that there was that.
Okay, fair enough. I can probably excuse you for that.
Yeah.
But yeah. But what else did you like?
What else did I like about the chapter? I mean, I like our antagonist. He's goofy.
Fair enough.
He's goofy. I love the library. Like just the fact that it's kind of also kind of got a maze-like element to it.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's actually pretty cool.
Yeah. Yep. Anything else? Is there anything you disliked by any chance, or no?
Not okay. Well, okay. I can't say Frey becoming a candy as like a super negative thing. I mean, she was just caught off guard, so that's not her fault.
I guess, though, it is a sort of damsel in distress type. It seems like she's being set up as a damsel in distress.
Yeah.
Just after you've got that last few chapters of her having her moments, but yeah. It is.
Yeah, I'd probably say that's like my only like super minor nitpick, but outside of that, like it was a pretty good chapter.
Mm-hmm. But yeah, but arguably, since that she's a fighter herself,
I don't think she's gonna be stuck like that for long.
Yeah, you think so? Do you think she's going to be broken out of the biscuit and then join whoever it is in the fight? Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I do see
because if I had to guess, Jack O'Lantern will probably be taken out by Hanani, or more likely Zelek, just because we can show off Zelek. And then once that happens, Frey turns back into herself and arguably may end up helping Yokoto fight this third-year student.
Well,
If Yokoto has taken out.
I was thinking that could probably be the ending of the chapter. It's like, okay, you give Zaleski the spotlight for the next chapter, and then the chapter ends with Frey being free. I could see that.
Yeah, that is a possibility. Which, granted, we still have no idea just how strong. Let's see, just how strong or weak Yokoto is with only just like the black dragon arm.
True, there's that also. Yeah, because he is limited now with his strength.
Yeah, because before that he seemed kind of invincible until he fought God, and now without it, he seems like okay, he's in trouble.
Yeah,
we'll just have to wait and see that.
Mm-hmm. But okay, if I were to rate the chapter, I'd probably say amazing plus.
So 9.5 out of 10.
Yeah.
I guess it'd be more of a 9, but sure, I guess I could see it working like that.
I mean, we've been consistent though with Dead Rock on like these ratings, so
Mhm.
it's not like you've had a chapter that's like been like, all right, what's new, you know?
Yeah, let's see, not yet. I mean, granted, there's been one or two chapters that have had some very pretty tense topics, but I guess that's what happens when you have a darker series
Yeah,
with fairy tale artsy art style.
I mean, I'll say this: if you think this is bad, sure. Berserk is like this is nothing compared to Berserk. I'll just say.
Yeah, I know, I've heard about Berserk.
Hmm.
And let's see, and I assume that and those probably backed up because no matter where I have to go when it comes to a bookstore that's or comic book shop that sells Berserk, they always have those wraps around the volume things warning that, let's see, serious adult content in these volumes. Do not buy for children.
Yeah, that should tell you something.
Yes. Since I've never seen any other sort of like comic or book have something like that on it, but yeah.
Definitely.
But yeah, but who knows?
I was gonna say no, I don't think Dead Rock will have it. I don't. I
Yeah,
was gonna say
I
maybe
don't
Dead
think
Rock might have it, but no,
I doubt Dead Rock will ever go as far as Berserk.
no. Shoot, I mean, even Attack on Titan kind of went like okay. I wouldn't say it goes as overboard as Berserk, but like when you notice certain things in Attack on Titan, you would think, yeah, maybe we should keep this away from the kids. But
Arguably, yes, but anyway, but yeah.
yeah,
So anyway, I believe we've just about covered everything. The students, everyone's reaction to Yokoto's backstory, how they responded. Let's see, the identity of Zelek Chaco. Let's see the new teacher possibly listening in. The talk about this new student, this new villain for like Yokoto and to fight at least for a small arc, and also finally getting some details addressed with the B with the B Bell. And whether or not that's going to lead to a side plot with the other remaining three main characters, but who knows? We'll have to wait and see.
let me see what Google translates that to. I'm pretty sure it's Beta, but just
Either way, I'm assuming that this is some sort of Beelzebub like version for let's see, Hell of a Boss.
right.
No, I mean not Hell of a Boss. Sorry, I mean let's see, Hiromashma's Dead Rock.
Let's see.
Sorry, I am
Bebel.
really getting tired. Sorry, what's
Bebel.
that?
It's Bebel.
Bebel. Okay,
Babel. Probably Bebel.
fair enough. But yeah, I think that's pretty much just everything covered. So yeah, Lucky Chia, thank you for joining me.
Oh, as always, it's a lot of fun.
Yes. And after nearly a month hiatus, you're back on the streams. Oh yeah, Happy New Year, everyone! I guess.
Is this the first stream for you for the year, or
No. I think this is the first. I think no, this is not my first stream, but I think this is my first stream with you on it for the year.
cool? Let me see. What was my
Oh,
first?
let me just take a look. Yeah. This is the first chapter that you have. Let's see. The first chapter since you did that Boruto review with me for like chapters 3 to 5, which once again, let's see, Naruto always seems to be my most viewed Ritzy content.
I wonder why.
Yeah.
Let's see. My first stream of the year, Chainsaw Man.
But yeah. But anyway, but speaking of which, let's see, hopefully next time let's see you stream with me, it'll be with like doing that Kahona Shiden, let's see, stream at last. But of course, let's see, I'm thinking of reviewing My Hero Academia tomorrow. And unfortunately,
I'll
Margarita.
probably have to reroute. Like, I'm gonna try to reread it before the weekend because it
Okay.
hasn't been long since I've actually read it.
My Hero?
No, the Konohashimen story.
Okay, fair enough. But at the very least, we might review My Hero, though. Granted, Margarita would probably be absent from that one, unfortunately. But yeah.
Ooh, the discussions that's been going around with the My Hero fan base. Ugh. I mean, you want to talk about Split. Well, I'll leave that as a tease.
Fair enough. But yeah. But yeah, I think that's pretty much everything covered. Let's see, once again, thank you for joining. And for those who end up listening in, I hope you enjoyed what me and Lucky Chi had to say. But for now, I am Blue Star Saber.
I'm Lucky G7.
And we are signing off. Thank you and goodbye, everyone. See you next time.
Peace.